So we started as the camera was going 3, 2, 1. We don't have this down yet.
And now, oh god, there's all kinds of pop-ups. So this is new. We're live-ish, I guess. Yeah, we're live.
Are we live?
So there's all this shit popping up. I don't know what it is. And now I'm probably gonna have stage fright
because we're live.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Even though we can talk we just talked to Rachel, who's in Alaska, for
an hour. Yeah,
like an hour. Not recording. Damn it.
We said we were going to do yoga while we did it, and then we just laid on our yoga mats. So.
Yeah, we did some nidra.
Yeah, it was yoga, conversation yoga.
Yes, it was good. I feel good. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Good. It was worth it. And we hadn't talked to Rachel in a while. Did we talk to her last week?
No, we didn't talk last week. But this week we did square with one leg, just because both of our left butt cheeks are hurting.
That's right.
From strength training this morning.
We did do a yoga pose.
On half of our body.
One half. We're going to be walking in circles.
One butt's going to be high. Tight.
Oh, I'm hitting my microphone. I'm so sorry if you had an ear pop on that one. So anyway, we were also discussing. So I started. Sorry, there's way too much distraction. I got hummingbirds over here. Now I got crows flying. Murder of crows.
It's
flying.
Fall in Georgia.
Yeah, fall. So we were just talking. Well, first, before we get into the whole what we're just talking about here, let's talk about Rachel.
We're going to talk about Rachel.
Kidding. She's having a fabulous time up there. She says she's at the bottom of the barrel of jobs. Meaning she does all the laundry and the prepping of the cooking,
and folding the towels, and breaking the glass, because they're in this resort with no trash, so they have to figure out what to do with every single piece of trash that gets created. So they burn the trash, and any glass they put in this big barrel and crush it, and then I think it's part of the fire.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
Melts down.
I don't know what happens to it after that. But
it's the whole roughing it thing that we don't do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she has a nice cozy cabin, which is nice. And she has a wood burning stove in her cabin. Yeah. I feel like I would set it on fire by accident, but she's responsible. And
well, it's a survival thing. While we're talking on the phone, it's so cold there that she's pulling wood apart, sticking it in the fire.
Yeah. In her tank top too. Yeah. So she's got that thing pumping.
It's warm in there.
Yeah. I was like,
it looks cozy.
It does. It looks. I'm envious of her. She's having a great life experience, and getting paid to do it. And not for a bottom of the barrel job. She said she's doing pretty well.
She's having a really good time. Yeah. Her heart seems happy, which I love to see.
And all the things we've talked about on here, she's using to her advantage when needed.
Yep, we were talking about all our tools. Yep. And we all use them every day, right?
So she's just in this realization that she's like, and I can use my yoga tools. And she's teaching yoga there, which is awesome. Because I guess the people there don't really do yoga much. So she's bringing this new element into their lives, which I think is amazing.
Me too.
So, yeah. So on that note, they are very active there all the time. She sleeps like a rock here in the
Cush world of North Georgia.
And America. Well, that's America, but this part of America, not remote parts of it. I don't know. I'll take that back later.
Yeah, I think it's tied to the processed food. So you're taking us down the weight, right? Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly
so I think it's less about remote now because you can get processed food everywhere. And so we have people eating high calorie, low nutrition density and gaining weight and not feeling good.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It's causing insulin resistance, which then leads to type 2 diabetes, and we're having a big problem. So what we were saying is we wanted to come on and talk about how good we feel now that we've gotten back into a routine. And yes, It is hard.
And that's what I was going to say. And how hard it is to start a routine when you're not in the habit.
Yeah. So just go and do it. And I will say, like, you go on to any, like, I'll say Peloton, or even there was a girl, just these girls that do these fitness classes, live fitness classes for you to join in on.
I found one today on YouTube, and it was just a 10-minute spin class on YouTube with the Taylor Swift soundtrack.
Oh, wow.
And like I popped it on and had a great 10 minutes.
So that's the thing. You can just do 10 minutes. You could start with, like, I'm only going to do 5 minutes of this 10-minute thing. And then most of the time, you end up doing the whole 10 minutes. And sometimes you do longer than that. You go on to a second video or a second exercise. But you have to find your type of exercise that fits you. So you might need to go try a few things out.
Well, I don't think we talk enough about the power of a simple walk.
Yeah.
Like just walking out the front door and getting the sunshine on your skin and sun in your eyes. Like it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And it helps you start building up the, what is it?
Motivation.
The
really.
motivation to actually build a workout routine.
Especially if you do it in the morning. For some reason, I think that helps you. It helps start your engine. Because you go pretty, I mean.
Yeah, I go first thing.
Yeah.
I feed the dogs. Well, that's not an accurate statement.
Yes.
I get up around the time my husband's feeding the dogs. And then when the dogs are fed, then I leave.
Yeah. That's what we have one of us feeds the dogs. And then that means now we go and we bring the dogs. Mostly Yeti, the younger one.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the princess stays back and relaxes on our bed. But that's how we walk the dog. That purpose. That's what got us motivated to get out was the dog's need. When we were building this house, we were in a rental and there was no fence. So we had
they needed the walk.
Yeah. So but now we don't have a fence here and we take them around the yard, but also just to go a little further. We
have a pretty big backyard and there's two of them. So when we let them out, they just run and chase each other. So they get a lot of exercise. And one of them is not interested. He's terrified of strangers. So going for a walk is like his worst nightmare. The other one, like sometimes she'll show interest. So I'll take her with me, but not every day.
Well, we just have the one that is like, yes, let's go.
I need to walk
all the time.
Is that Yeti?
Yes.
Okay.
And she likes there's donkeys down the street. So, and she points at them, she gets a little point going.
Look, Mom, I found a donkey.
I'm practicing. There it is.
How cute. So Charlie, does she still enjoy walks or does she get tired?
But she gets tired. She's not paying attention. She's not sure. And I'm laughing because she has fallen down so many times. And it's because she wants to be in the lead. So if Yeti is ahead of her, then she speeds up. And then there's like a ditch she doesn't see because she's just focusing on
being in charge.
Falls face first.
Oh, poor
and
baby.
Gets up and like she's all like proud.
That didn't happen. I'm fine.
She keeps going, and then later she's like, "Ooh, I pulled something." And then
her little old lady bones.
Yeah, by the next day she's fine.
Yeah,
but it's so sad.
Poor
and funny,
baby.
Obviously. Those two. But so anyway, it gets you motivated. And I think I go back and forth with. I have my personal training certification, but I'm not like I couldn't go work in like a big gym and do personal training. It's too intimidating to me. Just like I get nervous, even though I know different routines to do and stuff. Like I feel weird going and doing it in like the free weight section because that's like the dreaded free weight section that you just don't go in because somebody's going to be like, "Hey, little lady, let me help you there with those dumbbells." You're like, I don't know if you have it. It's always the scary thing, or just etiquette in the gym in general.
Yeah.
But it is fun also to go to the gym. I'm not gonna lie, because to watch the people that are motivated, it gets you like, ooh, I want to be able to do that machine, like the Smith machine.
Yeah.
With the squats. It's a love-hate relationship, but it's good. And I watch people do it, and I'm like, okay, look how easily they do it.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to be able to do those big machines, but right now I'm really enjoying our garage workouts with the free weights.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah,
they're fun. And they're getting heavier.
They're absolutely getting heavier. But today we didn't even use weights, and you almost killed me. Like that bar stuff is no joke.
So I went to a bar class the other day, and all the moves are similar in a way. It's all pose related in yoga, but you're just not doing the movement the same as you are like the repeated burn that you get from these bar classes. And I love it because it does, like, you feel these muscles that you haven't felt in any other class or workout you've ever done, and you're not even using weights. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just leg lifts
we're gonna be
with your foot at a specific tilt. And which is what's shocking to me too, right? Like, because at home I get on my stairs and I lift my leg, but I had never done the V shape with the leg going out. And that just that little shift changed everything. And it was really hard.
It was. And we thought we were gonna have a break. Well, I didn't think we were gonna have a break, but I thought it would be a relief from, because we've been doing heavier weights.
Yeah.
So
no, it was definitely different. So like my brain was like, oh, we're doing something different, but it wasn't easier.
No.
At all.
No. And I didn't realize it because I was like, it should be easier. Not a lot. I think I even said that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a lot easier, but it'll be a little easier. And then I was like, no.
When we got to the pulses, I was like, this is not easy.
Oh, but then so we did it just like how I took it, like where she had us do something standing, and then you have to forward fold and that's like a whole, it's like another level up of exercise. And that's when, once we got to that second leg, final part, we were all like, oh, what did Mandy say?
Rachel.
Okay,
Rachel.
I was like, oh, geez.
Well, and then we went straight from legs into the light weights with our arms, but we did so many reps. That hurt too.
Yeah, that was painful. But did you know, I didn't feel as much here.
No, I didn't feel it crawling up into my traps. It definitely stayed, but I felt it in my shoulders.
Yeah.
And that's where I noticed the weakness. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So I'll be sore here. I was sore here. And then when I took the class, and somehow we did planks or something, and my ribs on the one side, I must have been leaning, or that side's weaker. I don't know, but it was fun.
It was fun. It was good.
Get out there and do stuff. And maybe we were just talking about this. If you comment or are interested, I can do a couple, because I do these group workouts at 8:15 in the morning, usually 8:15, sometimes 8. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if anyone wants to join, just let me know in the comments. And you don't even have to be here. You just have a set of weights and maybe a resistance band or something. But really, and you can grab, I was saying to Elizabeth, you can just grab some soup cans.
Yeah, you can make stuff work.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend who lives in San Francisco that during COVID started home workouts that she did for her family on Zoom. And it was all with things you could do, what you could find around the house. So soup cans and books and, whatever. She was just like, this feels like about 3 pounds.
Yeah. And jugs of water. I know somebody was doing the farmer's carry.
The farmer's carry.
Jugs
Listener, did you know that you're supposed to be able to farmer's carry 75% of your body weight? I've got work to do. I don't think I could do it. I haven't tried, but I don't think.
You probably could, believe it or not.
Well, we did
They would
the
struggle.
30. The
Yeah.
kettlebell that we did
Yeah.
was 30.
Yeah. I have another one. It's 50.
Okay.
We could try.
Okay.
See. We can carry 150 and
see if I make it.
Yeah.
Well, so what I was listening to, and I'm not going to have the science right, but what I was listening to was the predictor of future health. So like at 50 years old, which I turn 50 next year, you should be able to carry 75% of your body weight, and it was grip strength and stamina, and that's a predictor of how, like, will you be able to open jars when you're 70, right?
Yeah.
All the things you need to do to be able to live a good life in the future, being able to carry 75% of your body weight now is the predictor. And I want to do that, right? I don't want to have to call people to come open my jars. That pisses me off.
Too.
Yeah.
Flipping those hay bales over. I want to do that. I want to do that.
Yeah, I went to visit my dad a few weeks ago, and that always turns into doing work on the farm. And so we're outside feeding the horses, and he's 71 years old, picking up full hay bales and throwing them up over the fence. And I tried. I couldn't do it.
You're like, damn it, I'm gonna do this next time.
Well, and then I had a face full of hay.
Yeah, I've been there when we were doing the grass here. And Rich, because I had horses growing up too, so I'm like turning the hay bale over and putting my knee on and pulling the string off, and he's
breaking
like,
it. Who are you?
What's happening here? I'm like, oh, these are easy compared to
the wire.
The hay. Yeah. Oh my God, the wire. Those are the days.
Yeah. My son is a city kid, like been, raised in, we lived in San Francisco, we've lived in Atlanta, like he's a city kid. And when we go out to my dad's house, like he carries a pocket knife around and like walks like a man. Like it's a whole confidence thing. He loves it.
Yeah. Get him throwing those hay bales. You're like, well, when you're here. When in Rome.
When in Rome. Well, they have, what's it called? A Gravely? Is that the little truck you drive? So he drives my dad's Gravely around. They take, they drive it to the barn and they throw the hay on it, and then they drive it from stall to stall to stall. And so like there's this whole process of first you drive the Gravely and then you get the big hay bale and you throw it over the thing, and like it's a whole thing.
I love it. Yeah. I love those type of routines. Yeah. So fun.
Well, the hard part is you got to feed them twice every single day.
Yeah. And you know what else you have to do every single day?
Clean their stalls, muck out the stalls. Do you remember, and you may not have had this, I'm not going to assume every mother has it, but there was a point when my kids were younger and I was exhausted. And at dinner time, I would be like, I don't want to cook one more dinner. Like,
oh, yeah.
And I got through it, right? Because you have kids, you have to feed them. But I can't imagine signing up for horses that you have to like go out and do that level of work for twice a day, every day.
Yeah, we had to do it. My mom, my poor mom, we would be like, want to get out. And I still have dreams. My parents, I don't think, ever traveled without us, but they just weren't travelers really. My mom does travel now. She's here. But I would have dreams that she would go away and I would forget to feed the horses because I just would be like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, damn you. And she'd go out and feed them. Not all the time. She would make us go out, which she should have. But some days it was actually probably easier for her.
Right. Just like, I will do this.
Kids. I definitely pushed those buttons. But yeah, so she had thyroid issues too. I remember, and this is how I knew I had my thyroid issue, because you're so tired. Have you ever had
drained?
Well, you've had.
I've definitely had fatigue. Yeah.
So I call it thyroid tired. But I remember she did. I have to go lay down just for like I just have to rest my eyes for 2 minutes. And she would literally lay and just sit on the couch and put her head back and like try to like take a power nap. And we'd be looking at her like, what's wrong with her? Meanwhile, she's like going and getting up and feeding the horses, at
Doing
6
all the
a.m.,
work. Yeah.
going outside, going to her full-time job, coming home, giving us a snack. Like, we didn't get our own snacks, God forbid.
It is exhausting being a mother.
Yes.
And I know, like, my dad loves caring for his horses. Like, that is his whole life. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that was for your mom as well.
Yeah.
Like, people that choose to own animals like that, it's just like us and our dogs.
Yes.
Or me and my turtle. Have I told y'all about Sam?
You need to. That's so cute.
So we have this red-eared slider. He's a turtle. And we inherited him. Braden's babysitter, when he was like 8 years old, went off to college and had a turtle, and her parents didn't want it, and she couldn't take it to the dorms. And she was like, would Braden like this animal? And I didn't do my research. I just said yes, but these turtles live forever. Like, I'm going to have this turtle till I die. And but he's got so much personality. Like, I never dreamed that this little reptile would be his own little spirit. Like, I walk in the room and he swims up to the tank and he looks at me, and then he opens and closes his mouth because he wants food, and then I'll get the food out and he gets even more excited and he starts flapping his little flippers, and then I drop the food in the water. They're like little pellets, and he's so excited he flips them away, and then I have to like get the water tweezers and get it and give it back to him.
Do you guys have water tweezers? I can't even say it.
It's a process to feed this animal, and I can't walk by the room he's in without stopping and being like, how are you doing, Sam? How is mommy's turtle?
How is mommy's little turtle? Oh my God.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
What does Braden say when you do
He
that?
just laughs. He shakes
Like,
his
what are you
head.
doing?
He's like, what is happening?
Best turtle ever.
Yeah, he's the best turtle ever.
Because I don't think I've ever heard, everybody's like, oh, the turtle just lays there and sticks his head up, like when you see him at the lake and they're just like resting, probably because they've been swimming around or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're
apparently I don't know if it's all turtles or this species of turtles, but what I've read about this particular species of turtles is that they have personality, and a lot of people that own them like take them out of the water tank and let them walk around the house.
Oh my God.
We don't do that. Like, I can't get past the salmonella risk.
Yeah.
But apparently they are just personable. They like their people. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Did you ever like pat his little head?
No, I just talked to
Have
him.
the Purell there after. No, I don't know.
Well, I have every once in a while I have to stick my hand in the water, like when he like completely loses his food. I have to go for it and put it back where it needs to be, because the tweezers only reach so far. Like, if it sinks all the way down, I have to put my hand all the way in. But so yeah, it's not that I don't touch him. He just like, he's not a petter, right?
Yeah.
He does crack me up because he lays on he has a dock, and then the fake sun, the lamp sun, and he'll get under it and he will stretch his wings, his legs, and his arms out like so much longer than you ever dreamed was hidden inside that little shell. Like, they're just fully stretched out, and his neck stretched out, and like he's just all lizard. And when I say, are you sunning yourself? And he'll like twitch one in and look at me.
Oh my
like,
God.
Yeah.
So cute.
It's just, yeah,
Stop looking at my long arm.
But it's not just me. We also have a rabbit that lives on the back porch, and my husband has and it's the same story. Our daughter got the rabbit when she was in vet's classes in high school, and then took care of it and took it back and forth to school all through high school. And then when she went off to college, guess who gets the rabbit?
Yeah.
So we have Stella, and she's become my husband's. And every morning I hear him walk out onto the back porch, and he says, hey, Stella!
Oh my God. And does she get all excited too?
Because he has yogurt chips. And so you hear her thump, 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 because she knows that he's going to give her a yo chip.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Spoiled.
Our house is just full of spoiled animals. Yours too, though.
Oh my God, yes. My old dog that whines because she needs her blanket. put on her.
Wrap her up and take
Yeah.
her in.
She's like, it's so funny. Like, excuse me. And then
I
the
need
other one,
attention.
yeah. And then the baby. I do my favorite thing. It's so I can't even. I probably already said this. I let her out of her crate because she still has to be in her crate. I let her out and she comes running out, and her little paws on my whatever that is, LVP or whatever it's called.
Your hardwood
She's
flooring.
It's so cute. Not the nails. I mean, her nails will hit a little bit, but it's her little pads. It's so cute.
It's cute. One of our dogs, Zombie, is a tapper. So when it's time to eat, like when we're coming to feed him, he sits up tall and then he's like tap 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 with his front paws, and it's so precious. Like, are your feet happy?
Doing the little dance,
yeah,
the dinner dance.
Yep.
Charlie's nails are really long.
Yeah.
So whenever she gets these tummy aches, and so she'll pace. And if she's out here in our living room, it's like tap 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 all night long, and you're like, ah! You
her tummy hurts.
Yeah, try to give her a little pill, and then she taps a little longer, and then finally
gets slower. You're laying there wide awake.
Yeah. I don't know. What else do we got?
Well, I'm looking at my goals on my watch. I have stood up 11 times in the last 12 hours. Ooh, I only have one more standing period to make my goal. 68 minutes of exercise when I was only scheduled to do 30.
All right.
I'm only at 341 active calories of my 500 goal. So I think I'm going to have to go for a walk or something.
Oh yeah, I am slacking off today. Well, that's what these things are for.
That's what they're for. They actually help. I said something about my closing my ring, and Braden said, "Is that why you've been getting up so early?" I said,
yes, I have.
That's exactly why.
And every time I go to teach yoga, I'll put it on, and sometimes I'm not even like. Most of the time, I'll do some poses, but I feel like a cheater because I'm not really like.
Oh, you're not doing all of them.
Well,
but I'm sure there's a heart rate lift because you're in front of the room teaching and demoing. Like, it's probably not a full workout, but I think you could click it.
I could start it late. I'll forget though. But,
well, what about? So I've been studying about sleep and how important sleep is for our health. Are you tracking your sleep on your?
I got my ring.
You got your Oura.
I'm all geared up. The Oura ring. I had a great night the other night. It was like 92%. When you're going through menopause,
things change a little.
You don't get the greatest sleep. So that was my biggest night of sleep. It takes me a while to fall asleep, and so I always get, even if I have a good night's sleep, I have my latency is not good because it takes me a long time. It takes me usually like half hour to fall asleep, where Rich is like 5 seconds. He's out.
So I'm Rich. I fall right to sleep, but I have the 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. window where I wake up and then I have a hard time going back to sleep.
Yeah. I have that too, but not as regularly, I think.
Okay.
So, but yes, sleep, resilience. So if you did a hard workout the day before, you want to definitely make sure you do more of a recovery. If you're going to keep working out every day, you want to do more of a lower impact day the next day, like you.
Oh, so you're alternating.
Yeah, because you don't want you really want your muscles to like be able to repair and recover and stuff. But
and I've been doing that. I mean, because I have our weights Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I do a walk every day.
Yeah,
and then I fill in with yoga.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
but I got 7 hours and 44 minutes of sleep last
Ooh,
night,
that's
right
great.
in the target, which I wasn't sure was going to happen because we will not get political, but I stayed up and watched the debate. And so like I was, my
Any
heart was
debate.
beating. I was kind of like
Yeah.
not
Oh,
primed for
yeah.
good sleep.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this before we turned this on, and I put it on for like a half a second, and then I was like, that's going to keep me up. So I turned it back off because it is just, I think, built up. And
Well,
that's all
I think that is like, that's over the top, right? But
Yeah.
just on a regular night, they say like you need to start winding down about an hour before bed.
Right.
So turning on a debate at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
When bedtime is like 9:30 for me is,
Yeah.
that's not going to build good sleep. But
also, the Olympics, don't watch those before bed. That'll keep you up.
or scary movies.
Oh, yeah. Don't come to my house if I'm watching a scary movie because
Nobody's sleeping.
I might shoot at you.
Oh. Well, we do Big Bang Theory. That is like our
that's
foolproof. Like
That is a good one.
we have watched the like all whatever 13 seasons of it over and over because we start at the beginning. When it's bedtime, we'll put one on, we'll watch it. By the time it's over, we're ready to go to sleep, and then we watch one every night until it's over, and then we start back at episode 1.
I do that with Outlander, but that can get a little spicy.
Yeah.
And then you can't sleep because you're like, what just happened?
Yeah, it can't be anything that gets you too interested
or shocked
or angry.
Yeah,
any of those big emotions.
Don't do it. Just work out a lot, and then you'll just fall asleep. Hopefully that's the gist. So I got this sweatshirt. I'm gonna put in the comments that we got.
I got one too. I just didn't wear it today.
At Lunar Yoga, they've got some really cool stuff there.
The Moon Tribe.
The local area.
And I don't have my t-shirt on anymore, but we also have yoga and other shit t-shirts.
Yeah, we have yoga and other shit t-shirts. If you're a reeker of Yayas, then I can get you a shirt. I have to make it, so you'll have to bear with me. But I'll I don't think I have a picture of it. I'll bring it out when I wash it. and if you want one, I can make you one. I don't know what price they are yet because
I hadn't thought about it yet.
Yeah, I haven't sold any yet. But it would be nice.
Well, you should put merch on the website.
I should, but I need to. Yeah, that particular T-shirt is a little tedious. It has a whole bunch of words, small wording on the back with definitions and acronyms and all the things, and it has little periods and lots of dots for the eyes that want to peel off, and it was a lot.
Maybe we'll find a new design.
Or I have to find a screen printer, or maybe we can do pre-orders, and then I can just collect money, pay them,
send somebody to get someone else to make them.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Pay my kids to do it. They love that. Pick, pick, pick. You said pig parties. I don't know if you know this about me, but I had a trademark and a t-shirt business for dog t-shirts. It had a butt with a wagging tail. And I went through the whole, like, as I was growing, you had to buy so many to get them screen printed, and I found a lady that could do like 5 or 7. So that was great, but she had a full-time teaching job, so she couldn't get to them right away. Plus she had all this school stuff she was doing, so like I had to pre-order them way in advance, and then it was sizing and colors and design, and so I ended up getting a press and
so you can make them yourself.
And just because I only had a few that were multicolor. The rest of them were all just pretty much white writing.
Why'd you stop doing that?
I wasn't making any money.
And you were working all the time?
I was working all the time. I had to pay for it. Was supposed to be like a certain, I forget what it was, like 5% or 10% of the proceeds would go to a local shelter. well, I wouldn't make any proceeds because I had so much overhead that I had to make so many shirts, and then I wouldn't sell all the shirts, or like everybody would want red and I had green, or it was like
Gotcha.
this whole, there were so many different factors, but I felt guilty, so I would donate money.
So you were working that hard and donating money and not making any money.
Yeah. And then everyone wanted me to donate a product for their gift basket for the raffle they were having.
Yeah.
So then that was more money. So,
So-
I just
So you were paying to run the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Nice.
pretty much.
That's hard.
So it came to the point where I had like a year left on my trademark, and so I sold the trademark and the business and all of what all my inventory of what I had left, and the machine and the the press and everything, and I sold it to a lady who had a following. She was a dog trainer. She had a kennel and a boarding training place. Her dogs were like well-known champions, and she was like, "Ooh, I'll buy it." So she bought it.
That's
And
perfect.
I don't think she renewed the trademark or anything. She probably still makes shirts for her people, but
Yeah.
I don't think she did it. So I could get it back, but what would I do with it?
You don't need to be sitting around
No.
with your iron. We got
No.
enough going on.
Yeah, I would love to, but hopefully I can find somebody. Hey, do you guys know any t-shirt people?
I know a lady who, similar story, but she had a business where she sold online costumes for dogs.
Oh,
And so it was like all the like an ice cream cone or a bag of Cheetos or like all the different crazy costumes. And she loved it. She works with me. So it didn't pay the bills. She
Right.
had to do a full-time job, but she loved that job, and ultimately it wasn't worth continuing.
yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to run small businesses.
It is. I've done, we could have a whole podcast on all the different things that side hustles and
All the
like,
small businesses you've built.
or just gone and worked at places and been like, oh, this was not smart. Trying to get out of doing hair and trying to do something that might not be as like
Hard on your
physical.
body.
Yeah. It never worked out. It's all still very physical.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. So now I'm doing this, and that doesn't make any money yet.
It doesn't make any money, but it's not physical.
And it's fun. It is fun. I enjoy it. I wish I could. I wish there was a way, because I don't even know if any of you listen, but hey.
Yeah, we might be talking to the ether, but
Yeah.
we're having fun.
Plus, we did a whole podcast right before this that we didn't record, all for ourselves.
Yes.
That's my favorite. I forget what, I think it was a comedian that talked about that, the unrecorded podcast.
Yeah.
We have so many.
So many.
All right. That should be
Are
it
we
for
good?
today. Yeah.
All right.
That's about right.
Okay.
Do I have a time? It shows me after. It doesn't show me now. I
Okay.
believe. Oh yeah, there it is. Almost 40 minutes.
All
We could
right.
stay on a little longer. No, I'm kidding. But I'll put this. I keep hitting my microphone. I'm so sorry. I'll put this sweatshirt info if you want one. It's at Lunar Yoga. If you're not local, let me know. I can get it for you. But yeah, we can work out the logistics that way. But then all the other things, I have some discount codes I'm going to throw in here. Hopefully you saw the commercial that I'm gonna do. I don't know what that
Did you
was
get a
for.
thumbs down?
Yeah,
It was like, stop talking.
yeah. You were gonna hang up, but then you didn't, and now you need to. So anyway, I'll have stuff in the show notes for you when I figure it all out. Okay. We'll see you
Bye.
later. Signing off in like half hour when I figure it out. Okay. No, really. Goodbye.
Bye.